Hi, I have a message today called Wealth and Riches and Abundance. So starting with help me to forget what never happened. So what never happened is we never lost our wealth and riches and abundance, our connection to the divine, our connection to each other, everyone and everything. That is our true wealth, our true riches, our true abundance, and we've never lost it. So help me to forget what never happened can be kind of a touchstone we can refer to, because when we feel tense, stressed about something, we're treating something in the past as if it's real and as if it actually happened. When I know that sounds crazy, but when we look at it metaphysically and see that it didn't, although it appeared to, then what is here now, which is actually the foundation of the true wealth everybody shares together, the wealth of love, light, truth, that gets a chance to step forward and to be in charge of what happens next, what we see next. So there's always this beautiful and helpful treasure here for all of us without any exceptions. And the more we see it as belonging to everyone, a resource that everyone can use, everyone is free to use, then it's there for us too, our true wealth, our true abundance. And then whatever form worldly abundance needs to take, it can. It's given permission, because what we want to see is the harmony of us. And we don't know how that's going to express itself in the form of worldly abundance, but we trust that with our mind in the right place, then whatever needs to express itself in the worldly sense is free to do so and benefits everyone. So if you're doing something that, or oriented towards something that benefits everyone, then of course it's also benefiting you. Okay, ego will give you a sense of what needs to be maintained. So ego is trying to keep replicating the limits that it invented, that we look at and believe are real and believe are obstacles, limits. Ego tells us that we're safe within the limits it has set up. So then we strive to maintain our perception of these limits, because we see that as stability. If I maintain the continued perception of limits that the ego has put in place, then that's stability, that's safety, that's nothing changing. If I can keep anything from changing, I can keep myself safe from change, is what we kind of say when influenced by the ego, or how we look at it from the ego's perspective. And we might also say, I cannot be happy unless these specific things do change, also from the ego's perspective. So from Spirit's perspective, change is a blessing, and change is set free to do its work in whatever way is most beneficial for everyone together. When we see it that way, and we know we are blessed and everyone is blessed, we ourselves are a blessing, everyone and everything we can think of is a blessing. There are no exceptions in this unity. So we recognize the truth of that unity, and then we go from there. Okay. You light up a path toward loving thought. So what you are is light. And light lights up paths for us when we believe we're still an illusion. We need instruction. We need specific instruction. We need a path to walk. And so what you are is the love that lights up the path toward loving thought. So as long as you have a perception of a character, your character can receive this loving thought, can speak from it, can act from it. And your happiness depends on allowing your character, for the remainder of the time you're going to experience a character, to be in this harmonic flow, and to allow every character you call else From my perspective, that character is not me. It's someone I call else. And to understand that character can also be in the harmonic flow, and you fully allow that, because what they're speaking from or acting from, as it seems to you, is up to you. And it doesn't seem that way because of the concept of free will. But our true will, our actual will, is a will we share. It's sane, and it's harmonic, and it's loving. So if you stop insisting that someone else is someone else, and stop insisting that you need to see opposites to have your better qualities, to be kind, I need someone to be unkind, and therefore not in the harmonic flow. I'm looking totally away from the harmonic flow when I'm thinking in terms of opposites and the necessity of opposites. But if I just simply allow everyone and everything to be in this harmonic flow in which we're all guided through and out of the nightmare I made, I's the we, we're all the same one, into the happy dream that is our last illusion, into the last illusion together. So if we allow that to happen, then we can see we have one will. It's a shared will. It's a shared will for perfect happiness for everyone. This illusion of separate wills that can conflict with each other can't ever be real. So once we can see that, it's fine to allow everyone and everything to fall into this flow. You're not contradicting anyone. When you do that, you simply meet the version of them that's a direct reflection of the light and love they are. And when you say I'm going to be in this flow, you meet the version of them that shows up in this flow. You're choosing the flow. The moment of interruption is very important. So throughout the day, I stop to interrupt the ego. I stop to reorient. And it's very important that I do stop to interrupt when I can feel. Anytime I don't feel good, the ego has sort of become active. It's gotten up, it's walking around, it's making plans, it's dictating things, it's giving me ideas of what to say and do. And we know that's not good. We know that's the cause of unhappiness. The experience of feeling unhappiness is caused by believing ego thoughts. And when I can feel that feeling that is caused by believing ego thoughts, any not good feeling, I know I have to go back and take a look and reorient. So nothing in this process is more important than very consistently interrupting the thought stream when you feel it's gone in a direction that is not harmonic. It's not that anyone's bad or wrong. It's just that just have self-interest, just be selfish. I want to be happy, so I'm going to interrupt this. One sentence, two sentences, three sentences, and an image came to me and none of them felt good, then I have to reorient. And no one's going to do it for me. I have to do it. What do I want to say about that? Because if someone wants to allow me to be in the harmonic flow, and if I want to flow with that, I'll flow right into it. But do I want to be contrary and establish a version of me that seems to be elsewhere, just so I can be opposite or different or distinguished from that one I'm looking at? So it's kind of like, which way do you want to swim? Is it very important for you to define your identity as separate and therefore better or worse than someone else? Is it worth the cost of not experiencing happiness, flow, not being aware of the harmonies that's actually present and real? And this reorienting makes us more and more aware of this harmony that's already present. We just projected fear on it and distorted it. Okay, wealth and riches and abundance are available for everyone. So basically everything anyone needs. It's available and it's provided. And we don't know what form is going to be provided in, but in my experience, if I just make myself available and open, then if a directive comes in, I can do it. I can follow the directive to do something, to say yes to someone's request, to take on a role somebody has asked me to. We get very specific instructions, and if the instruction isn't there and we're not sure, that's when it's very useful to take that time to pause and to go in and to ask and to wait until it really does feel clear. I am being nudged in this direction, and you'll get signs that tell you, and they'll make you laugh. So don't be afraid to pause and really ask Spirit to make everything clear. Ego will try to talk you out of that. Sometimes ego will use an argument that you're going to be like socially dysfunctional if you stop to reorient towards sane thought. The ego can tell us that's going to take too long, you'll look weird, you have to blend in, and just know what that voice is doing. It's just talking us out of doing something that would actually help us, and it's using fear and the idea of possible shame and rejection to do that. So we can see right through that voice. We don't need to allow it to hold us back. And then whatever forms appear around us can take the form of whatever seems to be needed or required in any given situation. So it's not through our own sacrifice or our own struggle that we're provided for. We're just provided for. And we see everyone we call else in the same way. They're provided for. Maybe they're provided with the experience they came here to have, but somehow they're provided for. And if we're supposed to play a role in that provision, in giving and supporting, it'll be very clear to us. And if we're very resistant, we can go into that resistance and see what comes of it. So it just takes patience and willingness to interrupt, willingness to wait, willingness to listen and look for signs. And it does become easier to see the path becoming clear in front of us. And we know we don't need the most wealth in terms of money or resources. We just need whatever we're given, and then life shows us how, okay, you needed that for this purpose, and now you're free to follow this directive because you've been provided with the resources to do that. And then you're given another directive, and you notice the resources come in to help you address that. So some of the thoughts that block that are like, I have to struggle hard to get enough for what I need here. I have to put my head down and work hard. And you can question that thought. You might still end up working hard at something. I work what I would say fairly hard. I would work pretty hard on noticing how I feel and not letting ego thoughts go by. So it's not like working hard is a bad thing. You can be very naturally motivated to put your effort in the direction where you're pointed, and that's where I'm pointed. Okay. Hope this is helpful in some way. I'm doing this really late at night, so I hope I don't sound too sleepy. But yeah, happy healing, and thank you.